We are in Etna and on our way for breakfast, but like you can see, somebody else beat us to it. Those deer are very cute. They had small little fawns. Remedy and I'll start the morning or the day by being a little bit silly and playing with the sprinklers in the park. You'll see that here in a second. There we go. That is very satisfying. We had a lot of fun with that. After we had breakfast and played around in the park a little bit, dried off afterwards, we had some lunch before we headed back out on trail. And I think somebody got a little bit jealous over somebody else's dish. Usually where there's water on those trails, there are a lot of butterflies. That's really cute. They're so flimsy, so it's hard to get a good picture of them. And then I got this one. I thought, that's a funny looking one, until I realized, oh, that's two. They are mating. Oops. Sorry, guys. Getting out of town is usually pretty late. Like today, around 3 o'clock, we're back on trail, making roughly 10 more miles, maybe 11, I don't recall it correctly. Set up camp and had those cows behind us set up. So we did hear the cowbells all night long. That was, I don't know. Since we have planned a lot of miles today, I get the beautiful sunrise as a reward for getting up early. So I decided to take a break right here because the view was so lovely and I was hungry, so it was time for my second breakfast. So we do see a lot of squirrels and chipmunks on the trail, but usually they're so skittish, so we don't really get a good picture of them. But this guy was quite occupied with whatever. But at one point I had to cross the log, and he wasn't too happy about that. Or she. At Lovers Camp, there is this really creepy little cottage, shelter, whatever. I decided to have lunch outside of it. It was a little bit spooky. The trail is just beautiful today. So green and lush and just amazing, the views. Pretty easy hiking. Sure, it's going up and down like every day, but it's a beautiful day. And then we're hitting an old burned area again, and I still can't make my mind up if I think it's beautiful or sad. The flowers are amazingly beautiful, and the rest of the scenery is just so sad. So camping tonight was sure a little bit different than we used to. We had a couple of deer coming by and watching us. But yeah, just doing their thing, walking around, eating, sniffing, licking up our pee. Yeah. And sure, getting up early again. I feel like today was the day of the bridges. I had a lot of them today, at least in the morning. Caught up to some old friends, Badmouth and Guardian. It was really good to see those guys again. We saw some wild turkeys. That was pretty hard to get a picture of those guys. They're pretty fast. And then I saw this little guy that reminded me of Alice in Wonderland. I don't know. What do you think? Had a really long road walk down to Sayat Valley, but finally made it, and we were rewarded with a really good burger and a lot of hiker trash. So ridiculously hot today, but finally around 4 o'clock, Ghost and I decided to get out back on trail. Just for a couple more miles. I think we did 6 more, so the total was, I think, 26, 28 miles this day. It was a long, hot and hard day. today is a day. It's a beautiful day. It's an exciting day. It's a sunny day, and it's the day we reach the Oregon border. California is done. We've done it. 2/3 of the trail is behind us, and ahead of us is Oregon. We have waited for this day for so long. I was so excited. Because I'm so excited, you get a full 360 of the first part of Oregon. Here we go. A little poser, look at him. So cute. $1,700 miles makes 2,822 kilometers. There we go. The next morning starts pretty easy, and you get a little soda on the way. But the best part is actually you get warned about the mosquitoes in Oregon, and as trail magic, they got some repellent for you, just in case. We were flying this morning. We are on our way to Ashland. And we made 16 miles before 11 o'clock in the morning. That is not bad at all. So got to the highway and got a really cute ride into town and a free massage in those massage chairs in the local pub, Pub 31 I think it's called. I washed my backpack for the first time and got some good food. Welcome to Ashland. The next day, Ashland is not what we thought it would be. We found out there's a fire inside Valley where we just been 2 days before, and that is making it raining ash in Ashland. That sounds great. So we are all trying to figure out new plans. A lot of hikers got dragged from the trail and shuttled down to Ashland to get away from the fires. The left one is the picture I took just 3 days ago, and that's how Side Valley looks today. It's terrifying. But yeah, we all make the best out of it, and the cool thing is because everybody gets shoveled in, you are going to meet old friends that you haven't seen for a while. We've got Little Bear right here, and yeah, she'll be part of my group for a while, next couple of days. So 5 of us rented this car, and that would be on and off, flat spot. Caboose and Little Bear and myself, of course, we decided to make a little road trip, get by Blockbuster, and then drive by Crater Lake, just in case anything else happens with the fires around us and we cannot make it down to Crater Lake at a later point. But yeah, we decided to skip all of Oregon for now, go up to Timberline Lodge and hike Washington, go all the way to the border and come back and do Oregon later in the year, just to not have to skip around too much. Look at this lovely, lovely place. It's an amazing little lake. Had some great times at Crater Lake, picked up our resupply boxes, dropped in this little bar, had some fun. I don't know what this game is called, but it was pretty cool. And then we had to say goodbye to our car. But luckily we had a friend who knows somebody in Bend, that was Lisa here, and she drove us back to a trailhead close to government camp. And yeah, we start hiking from there. Plan is to reach Timberline Lodge later today.
There you go.
The plan was reaching Timberline Lodge so we could have breakfast there the next morning, but we ended up having dinner there as well. At least some of us. Little Bear and I got a really delicious soup and really good bread. I was surprised. Super windy, so I had all the sand inside my tent. That wasn't quite what I expected. But sure, who cares? Next morning, getting into this amazing lodge again and having an amazing breakfast buffet with some great people. What more can you wish for? Maybe the ex from The Shining? Oh, we had a lot of fun with that. A really beautiful place. If you need a vacation, if you're into hiking or skiing, this would be the place I would recommend. Beautiful hiking trails, and obviously skiing is possible and a thing out here. It is a gorgeous place, and especially the first miles out of the lodge, the trails are pretty easy, well maintained, and big enough for two to hike next to each other. thing that I do forget sometimes is not just take pictures and video of stuff, but take a break and take it in. It's likely the only time I'll be there, so sit down and enjoy the view. And that was a little advice I gave little bear. And just, I think, half an hour later, I see her doing the same thing. I love you, little bear. So I messed up the recording today. That is not the first time and not the last time either. But this time I turned it off instead of pausing it. What happens if I take a break, I'll usually pause this tracking. And sometimes I forget to turn it back on. So it's not always the most accurate. I do miss a lot of miles in between because I simply forget to hit the recording again. But I've never really thought about it because it's maybe a mile or two here and there. This time it was 4 miles, so I took a little screenshot of the elevation that I missed. Another beautiful morning, a beautiful trail ahead of us. We have a lot of climbing up and over, under and across the fallen trees around us, but by now we're pretty used to that. Unfortunately, today I am in a lot of pain. I don't know what happened, but overnight I got some foot pain, so today is a really painful walking day. such a pretty hike today. I love water, and there are lots and lots of it. And I knew we were hiking an alternative today due to a little waterfall. But to be totally honest with you, I have not prepared myself for what was coming. I expected a small, little, tiny, splashing water. And then this one is right around the corner, and I was just, I hiked around it, and I was so shocked and surprised, awestruck, whatever. I had to go back and pick up my camera and take a video when I'm going around the corner. It's so amazing. It's so beautiful. So it's called Tunnel Falls, and that's the reason for it. You get this amazing tunnel you are hiking behind the waterfall, and it's just so cool. I'm the only one out there at this moment, nobody else around, and I had a great time. I think I was there for 15 or 20 minutes, just taking it all in, all by myself. It was so great. The amazing waterfall nearly let me forget about the pain in my foot, but not quite. And I think I made 21 miles until I finally made it down to Cascade Locks. And yeah, I'm happy the day is over and sad at the same time. It was so beautiful. While we're sitting and eating this amazing food, we are talking about what to do next, and we decided on going to Portland. Day hiker back on the left here, she decided to go back home and had a flight going out from Portland. And since I needed to rest my foot, I thought it was a great idea to take a day off in the big city. So that's what we did. So the 7 of us, on and off, flat spot, day hiker, caboose, marathon man, little bear, and myself. We played tourist for a day. We had a lot of fun and set off farewell to day hiker. And yeah, in that regard, I thank you for watching. This time I will say goodbye. See you next time.